Right, folks, I'm here with Jay, and we are answering questions from cybersecurity leaders about the hot topics, the challenges of the moment, the things that are keeping them awake at night. And, well, this is quite the challenge. We've been asked to solve AI security. Actually, it specifically says solve AI. So we'll get on with world peace and famine right after we've wrapped this one up. No mean feat. This is a really fascinating one. And we have to talk about it. It's something that every business is up to, and there are real security problems. There's this kind of model I use often in technology, this idea of tame and wild phases. And a tame phase would be kind of like cloud security, where it wasn't easy, but you could kind of roadmap and understand what was happening with the technology and how to migrate. The work was hard, but you could roadmap it and think about it. Then you have these wild phases where something comes along and disrupts the model and flips the table, and you have no idea what's going to happen next. I mean, I'm quite sure whatever advice we give now is going to be out of date in no time at all. We're going to try to be timeless, of course. But that's part of the challenge here with AI. It can feel unsolvable because it's so fast moving and amorphous. But there are lots of things you can actually do, checks you can write, and I do see lots of organizations throwing their hands in the air and just kind of going for it and hoping for the best versus being methodical. Yes. So Jay, let's try and pull out some of the things that people can focus on. And I know we could be talking about AI model use, AI security, use of AI in business, or AI and cybersecurity tools. We're going to have to generalize. So let's start off with one thing you want to put in the mind of security leaders when they think about use of AI and its security for the next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely a new frontier, as you say. I mean, gone are the days where firewalls and antivirus were the be all and end all. This adds a whole new threat layer to previously unknown areas. So yeah, so from my perspective, I would suggest that being prepared and having readiness for AI implementation. Organizations we've seen have been so quick to adopt AI, to jump on the bandwagon because they need it. They want to be relevant. So they're bringing AI implementations into their organization. Yeah. And more often than not, we're seeing it rushed. What I would recommend is something like a security assessment, where if you're bringing AI implementation in, whether that be a chatbot facility, whether you're bringing it for data digestion or harvesting, or whether you're bringing it in for something completely unknown, I would recommend always do a security assessment first to test what that risk would be, and do it by a third party every time. Be objective and have a look at how this risk represents a bigger business impact as well.
So what I love about this point is you're basically saying, hey, look, you can't solve it all, but be purposeful. And this is a check you can write. I suppose it ties into one of the ones I've seen too, which is there's a lot of media coverage here. There's a lot of hype. You know, businesses are being told AI or die. Go deploy now, otherwise you're, a Luddite of some description. That's a 19th century textile worker for anyone who didn't know. The sprawl of prototypes into production is a big problem. Yes. This kind of, I built it, it seems to work, I like it, I'll ship it. There's no version control, there's no inventory, there's no asset management. So you go to a lot of organizations and they say they're doing AI and they can't tell you where, what, or who owns it. It's just kind of happening. Now, as I said with AI, this is going to change quickly. If a new vulnerability comes up, a new class of attack, you don't know where to go to fix the problem, both in terms of the advice and where in your organization it's deployed. So a little bit of managing the asset inventory and making sure you understand how this unsolvable problem is being deployed, I think is pretty important.
Absolutely. And just testing the robustness of your integrations as well. Making sure you're regularly testing that as well and keeping that part of your software-defined life cycles, that you are regularly going over this and deploying it. Yeah. It should be part of that process, not just treated as a separate entity.
And look, don't ignore the basics. No. I mean, lots of organizations are struggling with the reality. They say, hey, go use this AI tool. They set up a nice sandbox so their data's safe. And then people hear, use AI. And they go off to some other AI service. Shadow IT is gone. It's all Shadow AI now, or Shadow AI IT, but I think the acronym might be problematic. And they upload this data, and all of a sudden your finances or private information in a kind of public corpus. Don't ignore things like prompt injection prevention, patching and updates. AI seems high tech and sexy, but that means people aren't doing the basic things we can. So look, I'm going to put you on the spot for one last thing here. You've got to solve AI in one piece of advice. Pick one thing that you want people to do in regards to their AI implementations as this stuff evolves going forwards into next year.
Yeah, just do your due diligence on any sort of integration you're going to bring in, whether it be a standardized, whether you're bringing a third party. Do your due diligence and do security assessments on what you're bringing to your organization. It represents another attack vector. And you do the same for a penetration test. If you brought in an additional piece of software or third party, you'd be looking at penetration testing that. So do a security assessment on it. Have it validated by a third party and get that peace of mind that you are doing the best practice of what you can with any integration you're bringing into your organization.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible technology. It's convincing, it's effective, but don't be kind of lazy with the verification of it. Very true. I think is what you're hearing. And lastly, for me, we're all learning lessons about AI on the fly. Jay's seeing these every week at different organizations, different use cases. Make sure you're learning from others. Don't do this stuff, in a silo in your own organization. Get advice, learn about the latest risks and mitigate it, or you're going to fall behind. And a year from now, much like with some cloud implementations, actually, you'll be doing a lot of tidying up thereafter. So AI, I mean, that's the best short-term advice I can give without tailoring it to a specific organization, their specific plans and otherwise, which if you want to do, email Jay. He can help with that. You'll find his details attached.